Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Let's go. We're talking about Coach Launch Accelerator. I'm going to turn my camera on for VIP as well. Good to see you guys jumping in the room because today is all about you. It's all about you building that coaching business of your dreams. It's about you stepping in to that next version of what you want to create in the world. It's about you accelerating your coach launch, whether you've just gotten started as a coach or if you've been coaching for a long while, but your business isn't accelerated to where you want it to be yet, you are in the right place. So as we're getting started, because today legit is all about giving you the 3 tools that I have created, used, and then taught to my certification clients to get 10 new coaching clients each and every month. So if that's you, and if you're like, I really want to see this coaching business take off, I believe I have a calling on my life. I believe I'm called to make a difference in my life. And I really want to see this coaching business take off. Say coach in the chat. Say like, I'm all here for that. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to show up in a way that allows me to hear what I need to hear so that I can move my business and therefore my vision and my dream and my calling forward. And here's what I know about you. If you're showing up here live, which good to see everybody coming on. Thank you. And if we haven't met before, my name is Dr. Shannon Irvin, and I help coaches not just launch, but launch, scale, and have a business that impacts the world and changes their family's destiny and legacy. Their family's destiny and legacy. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you these tactics and tips that really are, I believe, gasoline on the fire. And what I hear from a lot of coaches is that, like, it's very confusing how to get traction in their coaching business, or maybe you're just getting started as a coach. In fact, let me ask you that. If you're live here with me and you're just getting started as a coach, I want you to say starting. And if you've been coaching for a while, but you really want to accelerate your business and get those 10 coaching clients each and every month, I want you to put accelerate so that I know which one of you are starting and wanting to start the right way, and which one of you have been in it for a while but are looking to accelerate. That helps me really know who's in the room. And by the way, if you're streaming live, I am using a software called StreamYard, and I cannot see your name unless you give StreamYard permission to see your name. So I would love it if you did that. It's a very vetted software, very trustable software. If you don't feel like doing that, totally get it. If you could just put your name at the end of your comment so I know who I'm talking to, because if you've ever been to one of my live trainings, they are not for me. This is not about information. This is about revelation and implementation so that you can get acceleration. Say heck yes in the chat if you're like, that's me. Heck yes, that's me. I want that. I want that. I want that. Say heck yes. I see you. I see you, Chloe. Thank you for listening to me and hearing me, because I really want this to be for you today. We have 3 days together. We're going to unpack. I'm going to try to be tight, laser with you, because I know you have 45 minutes today. And today is really about peeling back what the coaching industry at large is like, and where are you in that process, right? Where are you in that process? And then tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you the actual steps that I teach my certification clients on how to accelerate their business. And if you're just getting started, here's the great news. Starting your business the right way so that you can hit the ground and take the trajectory up is vital. And here's also something that I know. I know there's only one thing that's ever going to stop you from the dream that you have for your coaching business. Do you want to take a guess as I take a quick drink? Do you want to take a guess at what that might be? What is the one thing, as I'm going to take a look and see who's in the room? I see you, Renee. I see you, Jennifer. I see you, Velma. I see you, Barbara. I see you, Lillian. It's so good to see you guys. See you, Chloe. See you, Terry. Love to see you guys all in, right? So And you said it. Here's the thing. There is a right and a wrong way to coach. You're going to learn about that tomorrow, a little bit today, more tomorrow, and a lot more on day 3. So make sure you're here on all 3 days. Like I said, we're going to be laser in and out, but you want to take away everything that you're going to need to start your coaching business and be able to accelerate it in a way that creates a legacy for you, that honors God's calling for your life, that allows you to truly feel like you're in your authentic self. Nothing worse than feeling like you're not in your authentic self. We're all searching for that thing, that calling that really allows us the feeling, or affords us the feeling that we're doing exactly what we're called to do. So say called, if that's like, by the way, we do a lot of talking back and forth. If you've never been in one of my trainings, it's the only way, because we're 2D, not 3D. If we were 3D, I could see your body language. I could see, but I really want to understand where you are, because yeah. And I see you called. I see all you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So if you're called, you need to be qualified. And we're going to talk about the right and the wrong way to coach, because the wrong way of coaching means you're going to be broke, you're going to actually cause harm in the industry, and you're going to be frustrated. Let me say that again. If you're coaching with a methodology that is broken and wrong, in other words, it does not create brain-based transformation, then you will be frustrated, you will be broke, and you will be eternally in that place of not understanding why it's not working, right? Ugh in the chat, or yuck in the chat, if that's the feeling that you've been having, almost like this hamster on a hamster wheel. All the information out there about coaching, or just tell them what you've been through, or just show them what you've done, and you're doing all that, but it's not working, and it feels yucky because you know you're not getting that person, that client, that intimacy. You're not getting them to their finish line. And let's get legit for a minute before I share my slides. Let's get legit for a minute. No one wants to be coached. Like, no one wakes up and goes, I really want to coach. Well, the 1% weirdos like me do, but like, and maybe you too, but like most people don't say they want to coach, because here's what saying yes to coaching is. Saying yes to coaching is raising your hand and saying, I'm not where I want to be and I need help. Tell me in the chat, is that vulnerable? Is that intimate? Tell me that in the chat. Is that vulnerable? Is that intimate? Like the raise of the hand saying, I have something I want, I have a dream, I have a vision, I have things that I want to create, but man, I can't get there on my own. Yeah, I see all the yeses. It's intimate, it's vulnerable, right? Or maybe it's I'm doing something that I don't want to do, and I can't seem to figure out how to get rid of it on my own. I can't seem to be able to get rid of it on my own. Is that vulnerable? Is that intimate? Does that take courage for somebody to say yes? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing. You're learning how to coach, and you're learning how to get sales in a world of online business that teaches marketing products. Coaching is not a product. So over the next 3 days, I'm going to cast this vision for you, so you invest in the next 3 days in yourself. I don't take your time lightly. I value you, and I value the fact that you're saying, I want this for my life. I want to become a coach, and I want to launch, and I want it to go fast. I want to accelerate this because I have a calling and a mission and a vision, and I got to get that out there, right? But here's the thing. Just like in scripture, how there's 2 paths. There's a wide path. That's all the online marketing. Do it this way, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. And then there's the narrow path. And the narrow path, there is one way to coach that actually creates brain-based transformation for your clients each and every time, which creates raving fans that sell your coaching for you. In other words, you're helping them so much, and their life is transforming so much that they are actually getting the everything that they raise their hand for vulnerably, and all they can stop themselves from doing is telling everybody and their uncle about you, and you have a wait list waiting for you. It is the narrow path, but it is the path that leads to transformation for your clients and freedom for you, financial freedom, location freedom, just freedom in general for you, and legacy for your family, and allows you to honor God because you're stepping into your calling. That's the narrow path. The wide path is I'm going to chase strategies. I'm going to chase tactics. I'm going to chase all the things that the marketing gurus tell me. And I'm just going to tell people what I did to get where I'm at. And I'm going to hope that it sticks. So before I share my slides, I want to know, which path do you want to grow your business on? Do you want to be on the wide path where everybody is saying that they have the solution, but nobody really does, where it's hollow, where you feel like you're selling a pair of glasses instead of selling the things that transform people? Or do you want to be on the narrow path, the path that gets brain-based transformation each and every time, that honors that client's vulnerability and that allows them to be such a transformation, a stand for transformation, that they sell your coaching for you because they're your biggest fan, their biggest proponent, and they just can't help themselves to help you sell out your programs? I need to know before we get going, because this is what I'm taking a stand for in this next 3 days, is giving you the exact steps in that narrow path. Today, we're going to dive into the coaching industry at large so you can really make a clear decision on what path you're taking. And then we're going to talk tomorrow about the launching mechanism, the simple launching mechanism that allowed me to go from 10 new clients a month to 20 to 50 to 100, and then ultimately to few hundred new clients every month without chasing strategies or tactic. Who's ready to just let it be simple? Write that in the chat if you're ready to let it be simple. We're going to dive into that tomorrow. And then we're going to start to unpack for you the coaching methodology that creates what I just described to you. That's going to be on our 3rd day together. And again, we're only together for 30, 40 minutes. So I got to be tight. So everybody's saying the simple way, let it be simple, let it be simple. That's my call to you over these next 3 days. I'm going to show you the path. Yes, it is a narrow road. Most people are going to get on the loud, noisy, I call it the regurgitated path, because they're just regurgitating things that other people are saying. They're causing harm and they're not getting transformation. And by the way, it's struggling for them to get clients too, because they don't actually believe in themselves. Or we could walk down that narrow path. We can walk down that narrow path and learn the brain-based model for transformation, so your clients become your biggest raving fans. You can learn the simple launching mechanism that allows yourself to get seen and known in the marketplace, and for your most amazing clients to find you and unpack for you, unleash for you, accelerate for you the coaching business of your dreams. So if that is what you want, I want you to say, let's go in the chat. And I'm going to load up my slides because I want to make sure I cover everything I wanted to cover today. But I need to hear let's go if you're ready to go. That's what I need to hear. That's what I need to hear in the chat while I'm fumbling with everything that I need to set up. Okay, good. Okay. All right, I am going to share my slides, and I'm also going to, so you should be able to see me, and you should still be able to see the timer in the chat. Say, I see you, and I see the timer, so that I know that we're good to go. Right now, you should see my talking face and then a screen that says Coach Launch Accelerator. If you see that in the chat in VIP, could you say, I see that? And then also, okay, I see you, says Barbara. I see both. Let's go. All right, you're my type of people. All right, time is 12:15. We will be wrapped up by 12:45 at the latest. So I have a lot to share with you, and let's get to it. All right, so this is what we're doing today. We're talking about getting clients, sales, and scaling. It's building this 6-figure and beyond coaching business from home. Can I get a amen to that? Who is ready to build 10 clients to 20 clients to a 6-figure business from home? Say me in the chat. Say me in the chat. And like I said, this is the exact system, step by step, that I use to get from 0 to 10K and then on to 6 figures and beyond that I shared you. So I might go through a few slides quickly because we've talked about a lot of this already. We're talking about getting consistent leads as a coach or becoming a coach, which honestly is the quickest growing career online. Let me tell you something. Right now, everybody's panicking in the marketplace. There's lots of noise in the marketplace. Lots of people are in fear in the marketplace. There's this constant narrative of doom and gloom and wrong and bad, and this is going to run out and this is going to be this way. Let me tell you that sitting right here today, right now, I'm sorry, I get really excited about this because I'm like trying to draw you into this decision, is the coaching industry. Last month had grown by 20%. This month is on pace to double that. Why? Why do you think that is? Why would the coaching industry in this so-called horrible economy that everybody's tightening down on, why do you think the coaching industry is exploding? And that's why I want you to not freeze here and not listen to that voice and listen to the voice that says this is your calling, walk in it. Because right now is the opportunity that in the real estate world happened in 2010. Like if you bought in 2010 and you held on to it and you kept going with that for those purchases back there in the real estate, you wouldn't have to work another day in your life. Why? Because they were at the opportunity point and they met the need. So I'm curious. Let me look at your chat. Why? Yeah. Lean times, bad times mean people need help. What else? Only Lillian took a stand for that. Why else would the coaching industry be growing like crazy right now? What do you think? There's like over 100 of you on. What do you think right now is the reason that this industry would be growing so much? People are looking for a coach because they're ready for change, right? Pressure makes diamonds, right? Coal is just coal. It's not just a black substance, but under pressure, it creates a diamond. And people, I don't know if people are desperate. I think people are under pressure. That maybe there's an element of desperateness, but it's a feeling of pressure. And sometimes when it's not pressure, we kind of get a little bit more lazy, a little bit more lackadaisical. But when we get under pressure, we want things to move more quickly. Tell me in the chat right now, do you want your coaching business, whether you're just getting started or you've been at it for a while, to go more quickly than you maybe even did 2 years ago if you were in the business? Tell me in the chat. Like, go write the word quickly. This is how I know what you're answering when I go back and look. Are you feeling that urgency? Are you feeling that urgency, right? To like get it going and get it started for such a time as this. I need it to go more quickly. I can't see the path. I feel that resistance and I want to lean into this, right? I don't know if you guys can see the chat in all locations, but it's like flying, right? Yeah, quickly. So you're feeling that too. And here's the greatest news of all. There is no better time on the planet to become a coach or to scale your coaching business than it is right now. And here's what I want to talk to you about. How do you sell your coaching program without a big following, without stressful launches, and without the messy marketing on the wide path that I just talked about? And I teach this framework to my coach certification clients in our certification called the Neuro Coaching Certification. It is the only brain-based certification on the marketplace that teaches you how to transform your clients each and every time from the inside out. And in that teaching, using this method, we have gotten over 17,400 amongst all my certification clients coaching contracts in a 2-week period, in a stretch with no list and no launching. I want to see heck yeah or amen if that is something that sounds desirable enough to be here all 3 days to learn. Heck yeah or amen. I'm gonna go to church a lot, so I'll say a lot of amens. I'm a God girl, so I'm always gonna talk through that lens. But I love how science shows us how to transform. And so I want to know either amen or all in, heck yeah. Like that's what we want to learn. And I'm going to be going back and forth. Heck yeah, amen. I love it. I love it. I love it. Meet you right where you are. All right. So we're talking about cracking the 6-figure code. This code I'm about to break down for you is the unspoken, underneath it all, best kept secret of what keeps coaches scaling and what keeps some coaches stuck. And no one else is showing this because I think it's because of scarcity for a lot of people who are doing semi-well. They don't want other people to find out that it's actually a very simple roadmap. And I want you to win. My clients know who are my clients that are on right now. You'll hear me say this a lot. My win is when you surpass me. My win is I hide nothing. I show you everything so you could fly and you could scale, because that is what we're called to do. We're called to sow the seeds that we're given, right? And I don't mind sowing them all away where a lot of other people will hold them back. This is what I call the 6-figure millionaire code. The coach's millionaire code. This is where we're going to show you all the steps that you need to see to create a wildly successful coaching business. And I'm just going to say it straight up. I'm not a special unicorn. I am not a special unicorn. When I really had my 2 biggest problems to solve, which were what a lot of you are in right now. Why can't I get my business past the sales ceiling? And I was so frustrated with that you guys have probably heard me say this before, but I went and got a mentor, honestly, looking to see that she was probably not what she said she was, because I just couldn't get past, no matter what I did. Anybody feel like this? They're doing all the things. They're following all the paths that the gurus put out there. They've got all the marketing tactics, bought a lot of courses, doing the doing of it, doing all the doing. And in the doing, it's not working. In the doing, it's not working. And then you get this feeling of like, well, they said the doing works and I'm doing the doing and they said it works and therefore it's not working for me. So tell me in the chat, who do I feel is broken? Do I feel like the method is broken because it worked for them? Or do I start to look at myself and point at myself and say, it must be me? You just witnessed bad coaching that I had gone through in the past. That's why I'm so passionate about our neuro coaching model, which we're going to unpack for you over the next couple of days. But here's the thing. I went and got a mentor because I assumed that there was some secret thing that they were holding back that I didn't know. And what I found out was she thought differently about money, about time, about worth, about our clients, about abundance, about all of it. And that led me to go off the deep end, honestly, get obsessed. And you might people who love to get obsessed about what they love. I went off the deep end to learn the brain science of how you created a result and the brain science of how you remove a result you don't want. And in those rooms, I was the weird person that was a person of faith. And I was also an entrepreneur. And you know what we do as entrepreneurs? We solve problems. We actually solve problems. And so I was trying to solve the problem of this person. And so I'm like, wait a minute, I'm trying to combine all these scientific principles. And I was seeing them represented in scripture too. And this boy, I tell you, they could not wait to get rid of me because they're like, could you stop asking? Could you stop trying to solve yourself? And could you just learn the principle? Well, in learning the principle, I started combining some principles. And I'm not a special unicorn. So I just started applying it to myself. And all of a sudden that glass ceiling that was there shattered. And I got to, multiple 6 figures and then on to 7. And I knew like, I am not that special. And I'm not saying that from a degrading place. I'm saying it from a you're as special as I am kind of place. I knew there wasn't something just unique in me. So with my coaching clients at the time, which was all offline, I started bringing what we now call our neuro coaching model to them. And their business, one client's business from in 2 weeks period of time went from under 6 figures to over 8 figures. Think about that. If in 2 weeks, that could be your circumstance. And now that's when I knew I needed to bring this to you. So let's dive in. Oh yeah, Barbara's here. So I always like to brag on my people. You're going to see me bragging on a lot of people that have learned the model, that have used the model and have scaled their business. Barbara, I always like to say in 6 weeks, that's an edit because it took me 2 weeks to enroll her in the idea that she could do what we're going to teach you tomorrow. And in 6 weeks closed over $101,000 in sales, or like, oh yeah, by the way, without a team or salespeople, by the way. And then Cindy, who launched her group coaching in 2 weeks to 24K. I want to know in the chat, say me too, if you want these type of fast results. See what I'm talking about? 2 weeks, 4 weeks. That's what's available when you stop using broken models and you start using a model that transforms you in the mind. Say me too, if those are the kind of results. Okay, I see you. I see. If I'm looking down, I'm reading your notes, just so you know. I'm looking over here to VIP and I'm seeing your notes. All right. So Of course, not a financial guarantee. We really got to do that now. So I'm going to say that in there. I can't guarantee that you will have a financial result, but when you train your brain, you transform everything. So we've talked about this. Launching is dead. Launching like a marketer is dead. Coaching is not a product, right? It's a vulnerable, intimate ask. And in that ask, it requires you to launch differently. And the new opportunity that we're going to talk about is how to do that. I'm going to move forward here because we've talked about all this. This is something I want to talk about, though. Is I want you to imagine this. Imagine that you get, like, without a doubt, who here, write the word confident if the idea of confidently knowing you can get somebody a transformation is a desire of you. Like, there's a fear around, what if I don't help this person well? What if I don't once I get the client, what if I can't help them? So write confident. If having the confidence to have 100% accuracy, 100% transformation each and every time would be a huge boost in confidence for you. Yeah. So we'll deep dive into that tomorrow, getting permanent brain-based transformations each and every time, which grows your coaching business fast, as I talked in the beginning, because you create raving fans and those raving fans create more raving fans, right? Without all the broken coaching tactics or sleazy marketing strategies in the marketplace. So we talked about who this is for. If you're starting coaching and you really want to learn to coach the right way, you want to have that massive confidence that we were just talking about, right? Or you've been coaching for a little bit and you want to break through that glass ceiling. You want to get it going faster than you have been able to. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, what we're going to talk about next is not for somebody who wants to stay stuck and old, broken, outdated systems, chasing more strategies that just do not work and think that they can sell like a marketer to sell coaching. If that's you, I love you to pieces. You can bow out now. This is not going to be valuable for you. Okay. It's also not for you if you think you need to jump strategy to strategy to strategies, chasing all what's current, next platform, this platform to get people results. It's just not going to be for you. All right. And my goal is over the next 3 days is to give you a predictable path to follow so that you can go from 0, if that's where you are, to 3,000 a month, to 10K a month, and then on to 7 figures. If that's what you want over the next 3 days, say I'm all in. Say I'm all in if that's what you want over the next 3 days. And as I said, we're going to unpack the brain-based, science-backed neurocoaching model and method of transformation so you can have that level of confidence. And the certification is the key to both of those. All right, so and if you stay to the end, if you don't already have this, I'm going to give you what we call our 7 ways to monetize as a coach. It's just a great guide that gives you some more ideas. If you're like, how should I really start monetizing this coaching business? That's going to be of great value to you. So if you stay to the end, we'll be sending that over to you. So just a little bit about me. I'm a master business coach for over 14 years now, coaching 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs. I'm also a PhD in neuropsychology, the founder of the neurocoaching model, the neurocoaching certification, the mind matrix, STEPDAR, and brain priming, which are all tools within the model. And I'm also an entrepreneur of multiple 7-figure businesses. And I'm also the founder of a nonprofit called Mosaic Vision, who helps kids who have lost mom and dad to AIDS in Uganda. But honestly, these guys are my why. And I want to know from you, travel, being with my family, being in a place where you can have the freedom to do what you want is my why. I want to have my kids see anything is possible. What is yours? And I also love that my coaching business has enabled me to work with some of the top entrepreneurs like Amy Porterfield, Chalene Johnson, Pat Flynn. Some of them have spoken on my stage. I've spoken on theirs. I love the picture in the corner there with Chalene and I dancing. It was a lot of fun. But here's the thing. It opens up doors to your calling. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying to say, look what happens when you have the tools to go fast, right? And most struggling coaches chase that broken marketing guru strategy, jumping from tactics to tactics. And tell me in the chat when you do that, when you chase a new strategy and it doesn't work, how do you feel? Because these two things are what's wrong with the coaching industry right now. Broken coaching methods, they're not getting consistent results. So you don't feel confident in your coaching. And then when you don't feel confident in your coaching because you're not selling because it's broken and you're not getting raving fans, then you check a new strategy and that strategy doesn't move you forward either, leave you feeling defeated and frustrated and like it just doesn't work, right? And I don't want that to be you. That's what this next 3 days is about. Today and tomorrow and the next day is about. And this is the honest truth. I'm always going to be real with you. Most struggling coaches expect their future clients to believe in them more than they believe in themselves. This is a real issue that we're going to tackle over the next 3 days. How do you actually build belief and confidence so that you can call forward and enroll the people into your coaching business? It's an important piece of the puzzle that chasing a guru strategy will not teach you. And I've said this a lot, so I'm going to go by this quickly, but you get to learn how to sell not like a marketer, right? That's what's broken. Sorry, I'm looking there. I'm like, God, that breaks my heart. All right. So we talked about making the mistake that you can interrupt patterns, just tell the clients what they've done. Actually doesn't change the hard wiring that's firing 90% of your clients' daily action and decision. So the 10% of their mind is going to go, yeah, awesome, I can do it. But the 90% of it that governs all of their beliefs, all of their identity, all of their decisions, all of their actions, the next day is going to cause the clients to float around, not getting consistent results. And what happens from that is they don't give powerful testimonies because the results aren't there, which makes it even harder for you to sell. Say not me if you're like, this is not going to be me. I'm going to learn the right way over the next few days. I'm going to learn the way that will accelerate me. Say not me if you're not that coach from today on. Maybe you were there before, but not me. You're not there anymore. So this is what coaching looks like today in the market. No regulation. The industry has untrained coaches making a bad name for yourselves. No ethics, no standards. And there is a right and the wrong way to coach. And coaching is not what people need. What? Shannon, we're here because we want to accelerate as a coach. What do you mean coaching is not what they need? Coaching is not what people need. They need transformation. They need to be able to say yes to you guiding them with the tool to help them go from where they are to where they want to be, to help them go from where they are to the place that they want to go without the thing that's holding them back. Who's having an aha right now? Who's like, I get it. Like I see how it's broken. And I also see that there is although the path might be narrow, a fast path that actually can make a difference. Say that in the chat. So we're going to deep dive into the 3 keys over the next 3 days. We're going to take 1 key per day to running the profitable business that creates freedom for you. And it starts with this first key, which is unlock the coach's 6-figure code. This is the thing that I said a lot of people in the online industry hide and don't share with you. I'm going to spill the beans. Say spill the beans if you're ready for that. This is really the thoughts, the actions, the beliefs at each level of your coaching business that you need to get you to the next level. So if I told you I have a roadmap and I'm going to hand you the roadmap and it's going to guide you through every single level of your coaching business so you're never stuck again, how valuable would that be for you? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. How valuable would a roadmap that you knew that if you followed it, you would never get yourself to a place where you didn't know what to do anymore? How valuable, if that'd be valuable in the chat. Yeah, value, like super, super valuable. You wouldn't be kind of walking around blind, throwing. I always say, like, I see people all the time with the bull, what do you call it? It's not the bullseye, that's the center, but the actual marker. That, oh gosh, somebody tell me what that is. I can't think of the word. Target. There it is, the target. And I see people like throwing things at the target instead of actually following the specific path to get it there. And that's what we're going to talk today. I see you all. I see all that. All right. So let's dive in. I don't want you guessing anymore. I don't want you not knowing. So I'm going to break this down in detail. That's what we're focusing on for the rest of today. And tomorrow we're going to break down the launch mechanism, say simple launch mechanism that allows you to get 10 new coaching clients each and every month. And I'm also going to be breaking down for you tomorrow and the next day the transformational model that allows you to have the confidence and the competence to know that you're getting your clients' results each and every time. So where do we start? Well, if we're just getting started as a coach, let me see. I'm going to pull it here. So we're going to go through this one at a time. So you can see as every level here, we have something that we're doing with our time. We have a biggest need. We have a question that we're asking ourselves, certain thinking that we're thinking, certain actions we're taking, beliefs that we have. We have an identity at each level, and we have a fear we have to erase. And tomorrow and the next day, you're going to learn that's actually possible. You can actually erase things that you don't want from your thinking mind, and you can do it for your clients too. We're going to break that down. And to up level, what do you need to do? All right, so let's start with starting. If you're at the starting place, meaning you're 0 clients up to about $12,000, say starting in the chat. Say starting in the chat. That way, in a VIP, I'm going to pull up your chat so I can see it totally. And so that I know who my people are here in the room. I love it. Okay, so Jennifer's starting, Eve's starting. By the way, those of you that are in the main group watching this, or maybe on YouTube watching this, when we get done today, I'm in the room with VIP, and we're going to go even deeper on the topic today. So I really want you to get into the VIP room. Jen's going to drop the link for those of you who are not in the room already. To be able to get access to the VIP room, you get access to all these recordings, so you have them for life. And then you also get more time direct one-on-one in the group with me there. So I see Renee's in the room, Jennifer's in the room, Eve's in the room, and lots of others are in. So most people starting. All right, so let me look over here. Yeah, so most starting. Okay, so I see all of you that are just getting started, and that is awesome. How amazing is it? You should be very proud of yourself that you're starting the right way. You're starting in a way that's not going to have you backsliding into all the struggling coaches things that I talked to you about. So here's what you're doing with your time. And at any point where you're like, oh my gosh, that's me, I want you to go boom in the chat. I just want you to write boom. You're dabbling with your time, meaning you probably have a full-time job somewhere else or some other means of support. You're dabbling with the idea. Oh, wouldn't it be great? Okay, maybe I'll do a little bit of things over here, all the things that all the marketing gurus, maybe I'll start a website, maybe I'll do this or do that. We're dabbling at this point in time. Our biggest need at this point is action. Right, because we're kind of like those fireworks that go off and they go in like 10 different directions. They're pretty, but they're not very effective because they go up and they just go out, right? And they fizzle out really, really quick. Well, that's what this is like right here. It's like that fizzled out firework where we're dabbling, we're trying to figure it out. We can't see a clear path. We need to take action. That's our biggest thing. And the question that we have right here is, who do I want to serve? What kind of coach do I want to be? Who do I want to help? For those of you who said starting, I want you to answer that question in the chat. Who do you want to coach? Who do you want to be serving? I use that word serve very specifically because as a coach, if you could start to understand that that is your serving is your superpower, you can actually get people to transformation so much faster. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. So the thinking is my past creates a solution. So right here, we're like, I've gone through something, I've been through something. I'm going to take that and I'm going to help people with it. And it's good. It's good. Now we're going to accelerate that, right? Because this whole path is about acceleration. It's taking right where you are and accelerating that path. The actions you're taking right now, say, boom, if this is you, you're acquiring knowledge. I'm going to be on this thing. I'm going to go to this ring. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be here. I'm going to take this course. I'm acquiring knowledge. The belief right here is I want to. And you're saying it in identity stance. And you're saying, I want to become a coach. I'm starting to see some booms come in. Like, I want to. You're dabbling. That's the identity. I am not yet a coach. I want to become a coach. We're still a dabbler. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's kind of like I'm playing with the Play-Doh, but I'm not really like making anything yet, right? The fear here is that I've got to erase is, what if I fail? What if I leave my 9 to 5 and it fails over here? Say boom if that's you. If you're like, woo, Yeah, that's what's on my mind. I'm afraid that's what keeps me dabbling. That's what keeps me acquiring knowledge. That's what keeps me in that spin. To up level to past this starting stage, you've really got to understand who you serve. So we're going to dive into this today. And you've probably heard this word if you're just getting started. Maybe you haven't. But the key here is really knowing your niche. Who do I serve, right? Biggest mistake that people make right here is I want to help and I can help everyone. And what that does is put you back on that wide, noisy road with everybody selling all the products, but not actually getting transformation. I know you can help everyone, but everyone won't be able to hear you. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Imagine I am coaching, say, productivity. Lots of booms coming in. I love it. So imagine I'm a productivity coach. I want to help people with productivity. I see this a lot with brand new coaches getting started. Okay, great. So you're going to walk in and you're going to say, I help you with productivity. And a million other people are going to be banging that same drum. So with people, it's going to be very loud, very hard for you to be heard. But what if I take it to another level? No, I'm going to be productivity for coaches. Okay, well, if I'm a coach and I'm hearing all the noise about productivity and somebody says, I'm going to help your productivity as a coach. What am I leaning back or am I leaning in now? Tell me in the chat. Am I leaning back or am I leaning in now? Yeah, you're leaning in. Now let's take it another step forward. What if I'm a productivity coach for coaches that are moms? Because moms and coaches have a very unique problem, have a very unique desire. And so now all of a sudden, you're a productivity coach for coaches that are moms. Tell me in the chat, are we leaning in further if we're a mom? Now, if we're not a mom, what are we doing? That's the fear. Oh, they're moving away. All those people are moving away, but they weren't your ideal person. So they end up coming in and saying yes to your coaching, and they become the worst client because why? They're not who you're called to really serve. That is a scarcity mindset. And on the third day, we're going to talk about how to eliminate scarcity mindset, because this is what stops so many coaches. So if you want to have an abundant mindset and you know you're stuck in this is evidence of a scarcity mindset. I can help everyone. What, Shannon? That seems really abundant. No. It's out of fear that you're going to lose and have less than if we get more specific. That's where the scarcity comes in. So if you want to coach from a place and learn from a place of wild abundance so that it comes to you, through you, and back and around, say abundance in the chat, right? We go to church this morning. So what if we take it another step? Productivity for health coaches that are moms. Now we're getting any. So is this starting to like really see how now if I am cutting through the noise and I am a productivity coach for health coaches that are moms, if I'm a health coach and I'm a mom, I don't even care what you're about to say. I feel seen, heard, and I feel valued. This is going to be a boom for somebody. Somebody's mind is going, I was want to do everyone. I didn't realize that was scarce. But who I really love to serve are moms who are trying to homeschool their teens, or who I'm really wanting to serve is business owners in their first year of business that are leaving the law profession, who I'm really, so I want to show you that in your niche, the more specific you go of who you want to serve. So as I'm saying this, I want you to put in the chat, who do you serve? And let's see if we can get it to where it can be to the point where I'm going to want, if I'm your perfect client, I'm leaning in. I'm sure I take it another step further. Productivity for corporate health coaches that are moms. You see where this can go, right? And what if I'm a productivity for corporate C-suite health coaches that are mom? So we can keep going. I'm kind of went really detailed to just give you a vision for how you can pull in so that they can hear you. And as you know, the brain-based neurocoach model of transformation, those people get massive transformation and they tell everybody, and here's the greatest news of all, that's just like them, your perfect client. So what that does is it creates an enrollment and in another enrollment and in another enrollment and in another enrollment of people that are your perfect clients. All right, I'm going to jump in the chat to see if this is landing. Okay, Delroy's like, I coach online and inspiring online marketers to do what? To do what? Right? Aaron is like, women entrepreneurs over 40 with children in college. Okay, now if I'm over 40 and I have kids in college, and and I always say, with what? Like, okay, you're helping them, but with what? Right? To build their business. I know Delroy, because I know you, Aaron. I'm assuming because the word entrepreneur is there, that's what it is. VIP, what about you? Who are you serving? Right? So that's key to getting past the starting phase. Eve is like, I'm gonna teach business or skilled people, I don't know who that is, to get healthier, and they won't either. So you're going to want to get more specific there. To get healthier, meet their potential, make a difference, and impact the world. Eve, you are just like me. You just did one of these. Yes, I get it. And we'll use a lot of that language. But what are they afraid of? What do they want more than anything in the world? So I see the healthier. My guess is you're in the health and fitness space, and you're wanting health to create that potential and all of it to open up for them, right? So which business people? We're going to dive deep in this in VIP. So I'm going to move on to the next one, and when we're going to wrap. So if we want to get some traction, who wants to be at the $30,000 to $60,000 mark? Who is like, I am targeting that and beyond? Because you go from dabbling to part-time. Still could be a side hustle, but part-time. Your biggest needs are your habits at this point, the consistency in the habits. The questions you're asking yourself now is, can I do this? And why can't I do it all at this place, right? The thinking has changed from my past creates my problem or solves my problem to my solution solves a problem. My past might be part of that solution, but my solution solves a problem. The actions I start needing right here is showing up consistently. The beliefs I have here is I can. So I've gone from I want to I can. And I want to bring this back. The identity is side hustle. Like, it's still a side hustler. It's not your full-time gig, but you're not dabbling anymore. The fear to erase here is no one will listen to me. No one will listen to me. And to up level to this next place, and we're going to wrap with that today, to up level to this next place is you got to monetize your value. Meaning you've got to see your value. You got to actually overcome that confidence issue and that doubt issue. And you've got to be able to monetize your value. All right. In order to monetize your value, the big key piece that we've got to move here in this level is you got to find your people. Who here is like, where are my people at? Where are my people at? Well, you saw the problem one, your people might be there, but they can't hear you because you're talking to everyone. And you're talking in a lot of general terms that get drowned out by everybody else talking in general terms. So now maybe you're going to be able to dive in a little bit more specifically. And with our certification clients, we help them really dial this in and really find their people. So where are the people that I serve? And I want to see, is everybody like, where's my people at? Where's my people at? All right, good. So where are my people at? The biggest mistake that people make here is starting new channels, meaning they'll go all in on a podcast and they'll get it up and get it going, and then that won't have that starting energy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because us entrepreneurs, we love starting things. We love starting. Who here has 70 ideas, 100 ideas, 20 ideas, and we're popcorning around from this idea to that idea to this idea to that idea, right? Who is that? Let me see. Say popcorn. If that's you, you're like, I'm starting this, but I have this idea and then I have this idea. Congratulations, you are in the right room of people, because that is our gift and that is also our challenge, right? That is our gift and that is our challenge. We can't find our people because we're always starting new. Oh, I got to be on TikTok. I got to do the dances now. Like, I've got to, oh, wait, well, there's something new coming. Oh, that must be do you see what I'm saying? And now our energy is again diverted and our people can't hear us. Because where are you? Are you on Instagram? Are you where can I count on you to show up so that I can create a relationship with you? But that feels uncomfortable because that's investment, and we have to pause some of the popcorn, the ADD moments, right? And I teach my certification something called the vault. I can have time to go into that today, but it's a very specific strategy to be able to harness the beautifulness that is your brain that has all these ideas and be able to birth them all into fruition. So let's dive into a way that you can find your people without jumping around like a piece of popcorn. And we call this OPA, or borrowing other people's audiences. Here is the most beautiful, say simple, if finding your people would be simple, if that would be a joy for you, if you could feel light, if it doesn't have to be hard to find where your people are at, to hear you, to see you. Because here's the thing. When we have the exact person we know we serve, and we know what it is that we can help them with, and also we know we have a tool, the neurocoach model, that can get them the transformation they want each and every time, then it is an act of service to go spread that message. Now, you could go the long game and you could do a lot of audience building yourself, and you could do a lot of launches, and you could spend a lot of money on Facebook ads, and it would take about 5 to 6 years to get to a place where you had enough of an audience to listen to you that you could consistently sell 10 new coaching clients each and every month. That's, again, the wide path, the long, heavy, expensive, wide path. Or you can find your people with the clear message and some more pieces of the puzzle that we got to dive deeper on in other people's audiences, OPA. And it could be simple. Hey, I'm in your audience. I see people struggle with whatever it is that you coach around. I would love to be of service and help our community gain some momentum in this area. I'd love to come in the group and do a mini training. I'd love to be on your podcast and help your clients get a victory over this. I would love to be able to come talk to your mastermind and help them overcome this thing with some of the strategies and tactics that I have. Here's the thing. Most people with your people in them, most people with communities like mine, like some of my friends that I showed their pictures of, we care deeply and passionately about our people. In other words, I'm not controlling their environment. I told you, I want to see you surpass me. So my desire and my thoughts are always thinking about you. What do you need? So when someone comes to me and says, you know what, I could help people in your audience get rid of the stress response with a breath work technique. I know that that's something that I have strength in. I think it could really serve our people. Oh, yeah, come on in. Let's do it. Let's do a live training together. And we'll put it on the podcast, because I think people need to know that. That's not something that we dive into deeply, and you could really see what I'm saying? It's a win-win. You're always looking for the win-win. You're not looking for OPA to get something. You're looking at it as a win-win. How do I serve the people that I'm already in relationship with in your group, right? Other people's audience. You're helping the leader. You're getting on maybe their podcasts or their live trainings or their summits, but you're getting them the result for their client faster. And the beauty of it is the people in their audience that are naturally your perfect client are going to be drawn over to you. So I'm going to stop that share for a minute. Now, tomorrow, we're going to deep dive in, because I just took you to right under 6 figures. But tomorrow, we're going to show you how to get to 6 figures and beyond. What do you need? What are the thoughts? What are the processes? What mistakes am I making right now? And we're going to deep dive into the simple method to gaining those 10 coaching clients every month. And we're going to finalize that on day 3. And then on day 3, you're also going to learn about the neurocoach model, the parts of the model, so that you can have the confidence and the competence to coach your coaching clients with wild confidence, selling with wild confidence, because you know that your solution solves their biggest ache and their biggest need. And let's just be real. When you know you have that tool, so you have competence and you have confidence and you know your person and you know where to find them, And tomorrow we unpack that simple breakdown of a way for them to come into your world. You start building this acceleration in your business. It starts really creating a momentum, and one client becomes two, and two becomes four, and four becomes eight, eight becomes 16, and then all of a sudden you're thinking maybe a group, maybe this, maybe that. Will guide you in that. This is what we do in the certification. But here's the two things that I started today with. There is two very important pieces that you need. We got to teach you to learn how to coach the right way, and we got to show you how to create raving fans. And that's what we're going to finish doing over the next 2 days. If today I saw lots of booms. If today you are different than you were before you started this training, say this has been worth it. Just write worth it to me, worth it in the chat, because tomorrow, like I said, we're going to keep showing you the trajectory to get to 6 and then 7 figures. And then we're going to be breaking down step by step the model and the method I use to go from 0 coaching clients online to 3,000 onto 10,000 a month onto multiple 7-figure businesses. I see all of you. I'm glad this has been powerful and worth it. And then be back here same time tomorrow, 12 p.m. Now, I just got a DM. I saw it pop up on my phone. So there are some of you in the room that already know you want to get a certification. You're like, I want to be I need to get certified. I want the competence and the confidence that comes with being certified, knowing exactly how to coach. So I know I have some of my coaching certified coaches that take calls. So we want to put the link beacertifiedcoach.com down. You're going to put in your name and email, and then you're going to be taken to a calendar, and that calendar will get you on a call with one of our already certified coaches that will just really talk it through with you and get you in this next cohort of the certification, because it's going to sell out. And if you're like me and you're a fast start and you're like, I'm in, I need to get certified, this is what I've been talking about. Here's the one thing I can tell you. In our certification, there's 2 things I take a stand for, and I think you've already heard it. Number 1, there's a right and a wrong way to coach, and learning the right way is in the certification. Number 2, I take a stand for no hobby broke coaches. And I hope that comes across with a lot of love, because here's the thing. There is nothing worse than somebody that can really transform people's lives not having a wildly successful business. And it's not a hobby. And a lot of people online treat it like a hobby, but it's not a hobby. It's a business. And that's the second piece of the puzzle that we break down in the certification. So if you know that's you, we're going to be deep diving tomorrow more. There's going to be some opportunities, but go to beacertifiedcoach.com, get in there, get your slot on the call with them, and just chat through your personal situation, get in that certification before the slots fill up. All right. So tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central, we're finishing up. What is that path to get you to 7 figures? 10 clients to 20, 20 to 40. Like, what is that? And then breaking down the simple step-by-step method that I use and I teach my certification clients to use to start from 0 with very little to no following to get your first 10 coaching clients a month. And then on day 3, we're going to give you the supercharge of that method, and then deep dive into the model, the neurocoaching model. And so you can see all the pieces and parts of that. I've loved being with you today. VIP, stay on. We're going to go a little bit level deeper. If you want to get into VIP, I know the link is up above somewhere. Just jump into that. We'll give you the link. And I will see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central. Put it in your calendar. Like, honestly, how amazing could it be for you? And will it be for you if you choose to not just stay the same, if you choose to not let just be great information, and if you actually choose this moment to be the pinpoint moment, you know what I'm talking about, where you can put the pin in and say, wow, from this moment on, everything shifted, right? From this moment on, I learned the path to get to where I wanted. I learned the steps to get people to hear me and see me, and I learned the right way to coach. I got certified, and everything flew from there. That's why we called this 3-day event Coach Launch Accelerator. I am for you. I will see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. I will be looking through the entire chat. If you have any questions for me until then, ask the way in the chat. I'll be back in there a little bit later. And until then, I will see you tomorrow, 12 p.m.